Good day, viewers, and welcome to today's Sport Rep Show. I'm your host, Limba Mupetami. The Brave Warriors captain Peter Shalulile is not impressed with the quality of the training grounds as his side gears up for the final Group C clash against Burundi on Tuesday next week. Well, of course, these and more in today's show as we kickstart with a hit list. The PST Bet Governors Cup was officially launched last week at Enana in the Ohangwena region. The first of its kind in the region, the purpose of the Governors Cup is to address shortcomings in youth sports, talent development and identification within the region. Moving on, the visiting Indian state side Karnataka beat Namibia 3-2 in their inaugural cricket series. But both sides were winners in gaining invaluable experience and strengthening ties for the future. On Sunday, Namibia won the final match by 5 wickets, but by then, Karnataka had already won the series by 3 games to 2. This ends today's hit list. We now cross over to the Game Changers segment of the show right after the break. Matthias Spiderman Angula is a para swimmer who has been doing extremely well locally as well as internationally. However, Angula still looks for more opportunities to grow his skills, rather his swimming skills, that is. Here is a recap interview with the swimmer. So we are joined by Matthias Spiderman Angula. He's a para swimmer, a Namibian para swimmer. Just catch up with him on what he has been up to lately and just basically who he is as an individual. Welcome to the show, Spider-Man.
Thank you very much.
Tell the viewers a little bit about yourself. Where are you from? How old are you? And how did you get into swimming?
Yeah, my name is Matthias Angula, and they call me Spider-Man in swimming. I grew up in a small village called Ilambo. It's a northern part of Namibia. It's in Nganjera in the Msate region. When I grew up in a certain school of physical disabled people. It's again in Namulenge, Msate region, and that's where I started doing a little bit of swimming with my friends and stuff. Yeah, and that's where I completed my primary till grade 12 until I moved to Windhoek. Yeah, and then in Windhoek I've been doing various sports like traveling, playing basketball and stuff like that. Yeah, swimming just came in when we went with my friends and with my other colleagues of sport in SA, where they just saw me swimming in the hotel, and then the official just went with it. They got to say like, yeah, we need to introduce also.
Okay, so last month, if I'm not mistaken, you were competing in South Africa. Can you tell us a little bit about that competition and perhaps what position you took?
It was a nice competition. It's just it's kind of like national games, if I can tell. Yeah, I competed in Cape Town in freestyle, backstroke and breaststroke. Then freestyle was 50 meters, where I came second, and then breaststroke where I came third, and then in my backstroke where I came first. Yeah, it was a nice competition, and that made me to qualify to Germany, and unfortunately the games to Germany got cancelled but all that I happen again to get another world championship that will be in France next month. Yeah.
Okay, so how are preparations going for that competition?
So far, I'm going to the competition and it's going well with my coach. Maybe furthermore, just maybe on sponsorship wise, because financial wise, we are a little bit struggling to get finance to take us to France. But yeah, anyway, everything is so far so good. A little bit going on, yeah.
Okay, so earlier you were speaking about the Olympic Games. Is that your dream to compete at the Olympics?
Yeah, my dream for now is to go to France, which is even though it's coming already now, and then after that it's Manchester, and maybe Manchester. My hope from Manchester is to qualify to go to Olympics that will be in 2024 in France again. Yeah.
Okay, so speaking about the support of para-athletes in Namibia, do you think that you guys are getting the adequate support?
It's not that much. That support it only comes maybe when, let me say, when we have competitions, when maybe we can happen that just happen to get maybe like a little bit of pocket money. That's all. And yeah, with support, it's not really there.
Okay.
Like from sponsorship wise, I know like maybe I don't know whether it's maybe of the economy which is going down or people are not coming on board or something. But yeah, it's not that.
Okay, so Spider-Man, I understand that you studied at VTC. Maybe you can tell us a bit about that.
VTC, I went there in 2017 where I studied electrical general, where I did my level 1 and level 2 and then level 3. Even though my level 3 I didn't complete it, I left one subject that hopefully I'll be doing it maybe in June to supplement on that one and maybe try to search for a job and yeah.
Okay, but even though you're not qualified yet, you still do certain work here and there?
For now, it just okay. I run a small tuck shop just for a living, and maybe if my friends that we did the same course with, if they happen to have a tender somewhere, they can also call me or invite me to go work with them. Yeah.
Okay, but why did you specifically decide to study that?
Electrical.
Yeah.
When I was young, I really I used to fix these small radios, but that's electronics, yeah. But later on, one of my friends introduced me to electricity, like the high voltage ones. So then I decided, like, no, I cannot, even though I cannot judge my personality because, yeah, maybe I'm physically challenged, I cannot do those works. I said to myself, nah, no, everything is possible in life, so let me try to go for this one. Yeah.
Okay, so one day, if perhaps you leave swimming, how do you want people to remember you?
To remember me, maybe I can try to do this. Maybe I can implement an academy of swimming, and yeah.
Okay, so maybe any message for para swimmers that are out there, para athletes that are out there, people who feel like if they have a disability they cannot do something. What would your message be?
My message to them, just like in life, nothing is impossible. So if you feel like doing something, just give everything in God's hands and concentrate on what you are doing. And I wish you all the best in it.
Thank you so much, Spider.
Sure.
With that, let's head over to the sharpshooter segment right after the break.
The next days are not a measurement of time, but the distance from here to the finish line. For the race you are running, for your kids, your career, your health, your future. Not away, but towards it. While the voice in your head reminds you it won't be easy. But by simply swinging your feet towards the floor, you've taken the first step. Grow for it with Stamino Grow. 5-in-1 supplement available at all leading pharmacies.
The Brave Warriors of Namibia will face Burundi in the second leg Group C encounter, which will be played in Tanzania on Tuesday. The Warriors, led by Colin Benjamin, are set to once again make their intention known as they chase deciding points which will propel them to next year's Africa Cup of Nations, which will be hosted in Ivory Coast. The Warriors need to either win or draw against Burundi to qualify. However, while the team gears, there seems to be nagging situations which players are not happy with the captain Peter Shalulile pointing out one thorn in the flesh, which is substandard facilities which players are forced to train on, among other factors. We caught up with Shalulile, the head coach Colin Benjamin, as well as another player, Absalom Imbondi. Have a listen to these interviews.
Yeah, right. With us, Peter Shalulile. Peter, I'm preparing now for the big match against Burundi. So just tell us about the training and the spirit in the camp.
Everything is okay. It's just a bit struggling with the training grounds. But the mood is fine. We preparing very well. My teammates are okay. Just last push towards the game.
Right, and you're just about there mathematically, but how hungry are the guys? Are you worried about complacency maybe?
With all the ups and downs happening right now, there's nothing we can do. We are hungry since day one. We just go out here and win the game and come back home.
And Peter, looking at it, you spoke about struggling with the grounds and the ups and downs. Is there any way that are you not happy with the grounds, or is there something that you still want to be done?
There's a lot of things that are happening currently, because I always say it's not for us, it's for the next generation that we're going to leave behind. Because we want to make sure that everything is in order, especially the grounds, because to play good football, you need a good ground. That's something that I've learned from where I come from. And not to say that it's not up to standard, but there's just one thing that's happening all around the countries. It's good facilities. Everything should flow smoothly for players to give the 100%.
And looking at it now, with this ground that you guys have, mentally, how are you keeping the boys motivated that they stay positive and you guys continue?
It's for us to show or leading by example. Not complaining, but do what I have to do. Even though things are not well, but it's just to make sure that they see a good example from us, and then they have to carry it forward.
Situations like this tend to build character. What lessons are you learning? You are complaining about the grounds. You are telling us about things happening in the background. What does it do to the character of the players?
Well, it's not everyone that has a good mindset, but we have been here before. Let me say 11 years ago, we've been through this, and hoping things will change, but things are not happening for us. But it's like I said, we're just trying to build football for the next generation that's gonna come, and we wanna lay a foundation for them to make sure when they come on board and we are no more here, they will get things that are up to standard, and then they will take the team towards greater heights.
What would be your message to the people in charge of football in this country? Your NFA, the NC, the Ministry, the Sports Commission.
Currently, right now I'm speechless. There's nothing I can say to them. But the day I speak, I think that's the day I will cut it short.
When will that be?
It's gonna be soon. It's gonna be soon.
It's gonna be soon. Okay. Thank you, Peter.
Sure.
With us is Coach Colin Benjamin. Coach, thank you for your time, and we just concluded the training session here. Take us through the training session.
Yeah, I think it was a good one. We did offensive and defensive transitions. I think the spirits are good. The enthusiasm, the professionality of the guys. It's really inspiring, and I think from what we see and the time that we spend in camp, I think we are around 60-70%, so we still have a few days to come to 100.
We just had an interview with Peter here. He seems offish a bit. Did he say something to you?
No, I don't know. Maybe you asked him the wrong question, so I'm not aware of that. But it's footballers. They the mood swings the moment they come out of the field. If you saw him in the field, the spirits are good, and I think that's actually the most important for me.
You complained about the training facilities not being up to standard.
Yeah, I think
basically countrywide.
Excuse me?
Basically countrywide. If you could listen to him, he's speaking about the holistic picture.
Yeah, you know, I'm a coach. I have to see that they're in a good frame, that they good prepared on the field or when we go into battle. That the facilities are good or not good, I think we all know. And I think that question, guys, in all honesty, I'm a plumber. I cannot do electrical work. I think, in all honesty, you have to ask the electricians for that. Basically, each one in his sphere. I can just prepare them as good as possible. That we not had a
Brave warrior player. Absalom, you have been, let's start off that you have been in the team for quite a while. You are one of the experienced players, and we are going into the final match of the AFCON qualifier. So far, how has training been going?
Preparation is going well. Fitness-wisely has gone great. Coaches are happy. The fitness coach is also happy. The players have gone through the whole training program, which they all managed to get it done. Yeah, we are actually well prepared.
And looking at it, that the last two games you collected 4 points, and this is a decider. Mentally, how strong are you guys, and what are you talking about going into this final match?
All I can say, we're not going there to think of collecting a point. We're thinking of collecting 3 points first.
And as an experienced player, what knowledge are you that is passing on to these young players?
The young players in the team work hard, or actually not the only ones in the team, the ones that are also outside playing. Work hard for your career. If you actually wanna be a footballer or to make it out, to make it to the national team, you have to work hard. You have to be disciplined. Yeah.
And what would this mean to you? Seeing as you have played at Chan twice, you have represented the country once at the AFCON, and this would be your second time at AFCON, then put together the African Championship, it would be 4 times. What would this mean to you as an individual?
Actually, history in the making. Yeah.
Best of luck to the Brave Warriors as they gear for Burundi. Now up next we have a special rugby segment, and that of course is Le Joel right after the break.
Get real value for your money at WB. Grab 750-gram Ellis Brown Creamer for $41.99. Wake up to 250-gram Recoffee for just $39.99. Get 2-kilogram Real Good Mixed Chicken for $86.99. Stock up with 500-gram Bacomo Cornflakes for $32.99. And grab 1-liter Clover New Mel for just $17.99. Now that's real value at WB. We care.
It takes heart and all the soul. A head stuck in the game. It takes every bone in your body, all the blood in your veins. And then more blood, and more sweat, more tears, all your hopes and your dreams. It takes conquering fears. It's late nights and weekends. 6 to 6s, 9 to 5s. It takes sacrifice and suffering every moment of our lives. It takes kick after kick, being kicked when you're down. It takes fighting for hours for inches of ground. It takes every last line out, every last second spent. It takes absolute devotion. It takes 100%.
As we build up to September's Rugby World Cup, some news on Tonga. Now, Tonga could emerge as a dark horse in a so-called pool of death at this year's Rugby World Cup in France. The Pacific Island nation will contest Pool B alongside defending champions South Africa, Ireland, Scotland and Romania. While all the talk has been on the 4th-ranked Springboks, top-ranked Ireland and 5th-ranked Scotland, not much emphasis has been placed on world number 15 Tonga. However, the Tongans will field arguably their strongest team ever at the World Cup. A change in World Cup rugby's eligibility rules will allow Tonga to boost their squad with players who boast test experience for New Zealand and Australia. Well, of course, with that rugby news, we now head over to Ari Hochert as he brings us international sports news.
This May, choose brand new. Choose drama and deceit.
I'm very attracted to you. Oh. Would you be interested in having an affair?
Choose fights and fallouts.
I won, and that was right.
I brought the heat. I mean, I'm gonna destroy you.
Choose truth and discovery.
I miss her every day. I see her every day.
Choose fresh shows, series, and original entertainment. This May, choose brand new. Choose DSTV.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, and starting off with tennis news first. It is grass season that will start now. That is after the conclusion of the Roland Garros, the French Open on clay. And it is news from the Stuttgart Open that is in the men's side of world tennis at the moment. First round loser there was Nick Kyrgios. He's a high profile player. He played in the final of Wimbledon in 2022. He lost against Novak Djokovic in that final, and he made a comeback from injury, but he lost in the first round, and he lost to China's Wei Yibing, and the score there was 7-5 and 6-3. It was Nick Kyrgios that had knee surgery in January this year. He injured his knee last year in October, but he only had surgery in January. It was a meniscus tear, and he came back from injury. He was a bit rusty, but he will build up now and be in contention again for Wimbledon. That will start on the 3rd of July, and the tournament in Stuttgart is being played on grass, similar to at Wimbledon, and the number 1 seed in that tournament is Stefanos Tsitsipas of Greece. The number 2 seed in the tournament is Taylor Fritz. He is from the United States of America. Most of the top players in the world tennis, the men's side, Novak Djokovic and also Holger Rune and Casper Ruud and Daniil Medvedev, all of them taking a break from this tournament in Stuttgart, and will start preparing in a week or two's time on the grass court season that is building up to Wimbledon. On the women's side of world tennis, it is also the Liberna Open that's taking place in the Netherlands, and it is a 42-year-old Venus Williams that played in the tournament, but she also lost in the first round. She played to a player that is 25 years junior. It's the 17-year-old Carolina Neef, and it was Carolina Neef that won in 3 sets. The score there 3-6, 7-6 and 6-2. And continuing international sports news with golf news, and it's news from the PGA in America. It is the commissioner of the PGA, Jay Monahan, that stepped away from his day-to-day responsibilities in operations, and that is because he's recuperating from a medical condition, an unknown condition. And there's been lots of pressure on Mr. Monahan that is since he announced a merger between the PGA, the Professional Golf Association of America, also the DP World Tour, and also the Public Investment Fund that is from Saudi Arabia. So lots of pressure there coming from players and from the government. From the players' side, it was world number 2, John Rahm, that was very vocal. He said that he felt betrayed by the management, not being kept in the loop of all the developments. And also a big development for the PGA is that the US Senate also announced that they will investigate the deal, and they've requested all documentation. So there's lots of pressure on the commissioner.
That ends today's Sports Rep Show. Please do catch us again tomorrow, same place, same time.